if your woman was being disrespectful, let's say by having a work husband, and you found out about it, and nobody else knew except y'all three, you're not finna take that shit to the internet. You're finna take that shit to that nigga or that chick. So you can't take it to the net, bro. Even if she did it in public.
Though. Everybody knew about it. Everybody was talking about it.
I'm saying she bogus as hell for the public disrespect. I agree with that part. But as men, we gotta respond, not react.
No, I'm with you there on the way that he respond. I'm just talking about you agreeing with Ty. No, we can't do that, man.
Oh shit, man. Hey, I agree with True. I agree with True. No. Oh no, bro.
Goddamn,
the women made some good points tonight, and so did the men.
We gotta put our foot down. Men, let's stand together. We in this bitch.
This is not a gender war. This is not a gender war.
I got some good points though.
But Ty, this is the problem. You sat there and said it would be disrespectful to your man. You wouldn't do it, but it's okay for this heifer to do it.
I'm not an entertainer.
I don't double on stages
and God damn. For a living.
So, I guess the
that's not my job.
What's your ID? Let's see if you're an entertainer.
Hold on. So I know Keke is an entertainer, but has she been actively entertaining since she's been married and having a child? I mean, because she wasn't married. Okay.
She had a boyfriend, and yes, she was. She was hosting different MTV awards. She was doing different things. She was doing multiple things while being pregnant, before, after. She never stopped working.
Right, but that may be a different level of entertainment for him, and that's why I think communication is important. I'm not really sure if they ever had a conversation about expectations, right? Because if she is an entertainer, it would almost seem as though they would have an understanding. It's like, look, when I go out to events, how do you feel when I do this? And then, boom, he already knew what to expect. But if he was blindsided by this, and it could be a form of insecurity, but I think she still needs to have a level of respect for her man, and a discussion needed to be had. I do think he crashed out and went public with it and it made it even worse, made him look bad. I think it should have been a conversation he should have had with her. If he felt some type of way, then moving forward, it could be corrected. But I'm not really sure what understanding they had. Now, if she's just doing what she want to do and just being reckless, because some people may look at it as being reckless. He may not want her out there like that. He may have some limits. Maybe he has expressed it to her. It just hasn't came out yet. We don't know that, but communication needs to be had. If we can take anything away from the situation, communicate with your significant other as far as expectations. Then that way it'll be less misunderstandings and y'all on the same page. Or it needs to happen before the child. Because if you have some woman that wants to be wild like that and that's not the page that you on, then you don't need to be with her. And then vice versa. If you want to be out there and this guy can't handle the level of attention that you get or your wild side, so to speak, then y'all need to be together.
And insecurities boundaries don't have to be insecurities. He might just have boundaries.
Yeah.
Now, where was this nigga before she left the crib?
Yeah.
You ain't see her get dressed, nigga?
No, she was out in Vegas.
She was in
so
Vegas,
it was a
okay. I'm so like, bro. Tell her go change.
Hey, that's even worse.
I think some men have because I've seen where women dress differently when they go to certain cities. Like it's a different dress code between Chicago and Miami, Chicago and Vegas. And also concerts, women do have a certain attire that they put on. Now you do have some modest women who are married and they're very conservative. They're going to be conservative no matter what, whether it's an Usher concert, church, around a family. But then that's why you got to have an understanding of the woman that you're dealing with so that you can see if this is something that you want to deal with for the rest of your life. Because some women may keep that same mentality and mindset throughout their entire life, well into their 50s and 60s, where they're going to still dress sexy, they're going to still show them legs, they're going to still show them titties. And you got to be okay with that. If not, then you need to be with that person.
Yeah, Jay, I just said they're going to be old school hoes. That's all. They're going to be old school hoes.
Keke Palmer is not a hoe.
At all. Slow down. Come on. You got a whole complex. What's going on?
Now you love Keke to the death. I see you gonna fight for her today.
She's a young
because she's not. She's just
in
not
the industry.
Like, we're not gonna.
And she's figuring it out. Okay, she's still living and learning. She's a new mother. I mean, come on, let's give her a break. You can't be so hard on the homegirl.
Hey.
All right, let me get
He'll break his foot off in the ass.
No, Kelly, how does that work? We're allowed to give her grace, but we can't give my man for crashing out no grace. We talking bad about him for doing that.
No,
bullshit.
because he
we
messed up an empire that was already built. You came into this already built, functioning engine, and you want to do the most online. You can wait till I get home. Give me a call.
I mean, because that was kind of lame. Like, why are you going to the internet?
Okay, Ty and Kelly, just to be fair, right? I'm not choosing sides, but men, and I've even heard some women, I think Brittany agreed that she could have created the problem as well, as far as going on stage, doing the most with it, right? I mean, she still had a choice. You can make the argument. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, but she could have stirred the pot, and him crashing out just added on to it. It all depends on how you're looking at it and the person's perception on how they're looking at it.
Well, I'm looking at it from a perspective of, being in the entertainment industry. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm not looking at it like
but entertainment but that doesn't mean that that's entertainment to him. Like you guys are making it to be.
Who cares? He don't sign her checks.
If you come,
I
want to ask something, y'all. I've
It's
been
the
quiet.
father of a child. Come on,
tell us how you really feel, Ty.
Randy, go ahead, Randy.
You have to understand who you're with. I mean, he did this with other entertainers. I think I saw him do it with Taraji P. Henson.
Yes,
and some other people.
Yeah, and
this is just his show. It's just his show.
She's single though. She's single though.
He's dealing with Halle Bailey. That's who Calvin was talking about earlier. Halle Bailey, he tried to put the cherry in her mouth.
Single.
Keke wasn't single though.
It might be why they all single, because they get the mindset. They got these whole ass mindset. They don't want that kind of right now.
Married, because I don't remember her being married.
So every man that went on stage with Janet Jackson back in the day should have got a divorce.
Well, Usher probably has an understanding. Usher probably has an understanding with his wife, and that's what I'm saying. She's okay with it. She's okay with it. No, I'm saying
the wives of the men who went on the stages back in the day for Destiny's Child, for Janet Jackson, they had their legs on them, they rubbing their body on. Janet used to do the most.
Yeah, and they probably called hell when they got home.
They all should have got a divorce.
Is that what we're saying?
We all should have left those men should have been left.
They probably called hell when they got home.
Should they have been left? Is the question.
Yes,
when they got home. Not for the whole world to see. The woman ain't coming there wanting to do the most. They didn't.
No, I'm not. No,
we have some words.
I'm not saying that they should get a divorce, but if the woman didn't like that, then I think a conversation needed to be had, and they should have had it. And they should have. And they should have had an understanding as far as expectations and how you conduct yourself out there. It shouldn't matter if you're in the entertainment business or not. You got to set realistic. If you have some boundaries, it needs to be said up front. And especially if you're entertaining, like if men on the panel was to date entertainers, we understand what come with that. And then we need to be able to say, hey, I want to talk about expectations. This is what I expect for my woman to do. Are you cool with that? And if she's cool with that, then y'all move forward. Because and then vice versa, if somebody's in the entertainment business, it's going to be a different level of attention that they're going to get, and not everybody can deal with that. So it could be somebody that's probably could be a party promoter. Calvin, you could be sitting there promoting it. The whole city know you, and every time you go out, they're coming all on you, something like that, and you and your lady got to have a talk about it to see if it's okay, if she cool with that.